it's Jennifer here from Belladonna's Botanicals, and I want to talk a little bit about how I learned to channel and some upcoming things that I'm working on. I accidentally made this video within the middle of making another video before, because ADHD is fun. So I kind of cut that out, but then I realized it didn't kind of make sense because it was just a random tangent. So I just wanted to record this in a little more cogent kind of way. Um, and this is going to go with some stuff that I'm working on as far as some energetic working offerings and activations. So one of the things for me, because I wasn't really able to just sit here and channel. I mean, most of my early contact came from working in the astral realm or like deep meditation or things like that. I could not channel like consciously very well. Um, so how it came about and how I learned or discovered the ability to channel was when I started my Reiki certification trainings in 2021. With each level, you get different attunements. And I noticed right away from the first level, after I got the attunements for it, like it just blasted open my psychic abilities and my ability to channel like nobody's business. It was very sudden and very overwhelming at times because I could suddenly do something I couldn't do before. And whether or not, you practice Reiki in the sense of energy healing, I mean, you can use it in a lot of different ways, whether you're self-healing, you're working on adding using that energy and channeling it into an object like a candle, or crystals, things like that. So it doesn't have to necessarily be the traditional healing modality that people think of when they think of Reiki and, sending that energy. It can be combined with other things. I know some people who are massage therapists also get certified as Reiki masters as well. So it's a very utilitarian kind of energy work modality. And I was trained in Usui Reiki, which is a traditional Japanese Reiki practice. And I've also taken just only the first level of shamanic Reiki. I have the first level certification for that, but I still have to finish up the second and mastery ones for that at some point. Also have I did a crystal Reiki thing as well. And I just found that as I started, did all these attunements because I did level 1, level 2, and mastery in the Usui Reiki and level 1 in the shamanic Reiki. And with each of those, you get different attunements. And it's like a sort of a little ceremony. It's some work on opening up, your upper chakras, your third eye, your crown, and sort of channeling those energetic sigils. Sigils are symbols. I mean, in Reiki, they call them symbols, but I mean, sigils are pretty much the same thing. So that's really what catapulted me in my ability to channel messages. That one thing. So what I've been thinking about, I need to beta test this first, but something that was given to me, and I have it actually, I actually have it in front of me. What was a list of activation and attunements. So using Reiki as the connection to the spirit world for contact, channeling messages, astral sight, being able to hear, sense, and see the spiritual world. Because a lot of the clients I work with do have trouble like seeing, sensing, hearing spirits. So sometimes I have to act as an intermediary to be like, yes, that they're getting your things. They're, trying to communicate with you and stuff. And it does take a while to really get to that point where you can kind of communicate with them. And sometimes, it's hit or miss. It's kind of like, calling a friend, at times where it's like, sometimes they pick up the phone, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you miss their call. I'm sorry, the demon you're trying to reach right now is unavailable. Please call back at a later time. There's a meme with that. But so what I started writing out is, how to do these different Reiki attunements combined with doing attunements for different spirits, like having like a Lucifer attunement. So it would be like the Reiki attunements kind of combined with like working with like the Lucifer sigil and kind of activating that for you. At least that's sort of the working premise that I've written down. I guess apparently have different things attached to each one. Like for the Lucifer attunement, it would be healing, light, and connection. Like most of them are connective and activation. Like Medusa would be like activation and divine retribution, it looks like. I have like a dark goddess one. Then sort of like a custom spirit attunement, like if you wanted to be attuned more to like your spirit guide. Specific attunements to different like currents, like the Atlantean and Lemurian current, underworld attunements, the demonic divine, look at them and sort of like, I guess there was a healing package here that I wrote, like Lucifer's light, Marbus healing, Astarte and Lilith for emotional and sexual trauma healing. So this is something that I'm exploring further and I need to flesh out more. I'm going to have some people who either have like a very minimal ability to make contact or want to boost their contact. Because what would happen after I had the first attunement is that with each one, it became more and more open and intense to receiving that information. Like I know when I do Reiki with someone or I have someone doing Reiki on me, at the end, we often compare notes of what came up for us and what we saw. The last time I worked with my Reiki teacher, because I was like, I just need a deep cleaning, some sandblasting, just get this ick off of me. And it really helped a lot. But with that is, my physical body was mostly okay. It was just all like clutter, like tar patches caught in the etheric, like auric field, like far out and stuff. And it was interesting because we both described it to each other the same way. I'm like, yeah, like it felt like you were pulling like like I had all these little tar patches all over me. And she's like, yeah, I was pulling buckets of tar out at a time, and it was just interesting that we kind of came to that. We had that same visual. I know when I've done Reiki and crystal healing for other people, I've a couple of their spirit guides have, kind of revealed themselves to me. Like I've had Santa Muerte pop up before for some people. You'll start to sense things about the people you're working with, especially if you're doing any kind of healing modality, especially, doing any, even for like consultations or divination, anything like that. I mean, it's really been beneficial for me to have that. I mean, I don't practice a lot of Reiki on other people. I do like self-cleaning Reiki on a daily basis, but I mostly use it like, to, charge a product or a candle or whatever, or as something that's enhanced my psychic abilities. So, when I do self Reiki, even like I open myself up to connect with my guides and my spirits to, if there's any messages that need to come through, and I kind of usually pick an intention for the healing or cleaning or whatever's going on. So, um, yeah. So that's how I learned how to channel, because 3 years ago I could not do that. And I know I kind of felt the need to talk about it a little since I've been posting a lot of channeled messages lately. I mean, I think I've been getting some, but most of them had come through doing like astral realm work. And then I'd have to kind of remember what went on, which isn't always easy. So when I'm channeling, I'm usually writing on something. Occasionally I will like audio record. Um, but that is it in a nutshell. That's how I learned to channel. Didn't read a damn book, didn't take, a course in psychic development or anything. Well, did I? Feel like I took like some psychic self-defense stuff. Um, I do highly recommend though. I don't have it handy because it's all the way over there. And if you're really looking at developing your psychic abilities more, Matt Oren's Psychic Witch book, I highly recommend it. It's got like tons of exercises. I actually want to go back through and see if there's anything I missed. That's probably one of the best books I've read on psychic development. And there's a lot of other ones out there too, but um yeah, and some of them are more pertaining to like astral travel and things, so they might be a little more specialized. So anyways, I am tired, so I'm going to crash out. And I'm looking at my candle in the video, and it's like there's a little like face in it. It's very, I don't see it in the candle when I look at the candle, but I see it like when I look at the screen where it is. It's a little face there. Anywho, I guess it kind of looks like that because it's you've kind of, the way this is sitting here, you kind of got these like, it almost looks like arms or a flange, and then this candle is in front of it, so it kind of looks a little bit like the body, and there's a base. So I don't know. I'm also probably really tired. So I love you all and have a wonderful whatever day of the week of it is, time of day, time of year you're watching this.